Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Look how fancy I am. Okay. So I'm going to be editing today, and I'm very excited about this. I've always talked a lot about how I edit my own videos, but there's never been any proof. So here's some proof. Not that any of you didn't believe me, but so what I am going to do today is I'm going to be editing some footage from my music video till the lights go out, or till the light goes out. And I'm taking footage from that, and I'm going to be finding clips that I think will work for the big screens in my show. And, you know, because I do edit even a lot of the content that goes on the screens in my concerts. Like sometimes I buy stock footage. Sometimes I get stuff made by other people. And then sometimes I take clips from footage that I own and I edit it for the screens. So first of all, like as I started to go through this footage, I was like, oh, this will be fun too, because I can tell you guys just some fun stories from the day. Let's see. Come on. Oh. Aren't you working? There we go. So this was the first shot of the day. We just jumped into it like, all right, let's dance. Bright and early in the morning. Now I want to show you something interesting though. See, look at this line right here of sunlight. This shadow is coming from the mountain. And as the sun was creeping over the mountain, we were quickly losing the pretty light. So in this harsh light over here in the sun, the lighting gets very unflattering and you get super heavy shadows on our faces and under our eyes, and it just doesn't look as good. But also, by the time the sun started to creep in, we had already filmed several shots. So if the sun had creeped all the way over and covered, you know, the shadow was gone, it would have looked like totally different lightings. Like it would have been two different lightings, and it would have looked like different times of day. It wouldn't have been coherent. It wouldn't have matched when I was editing later. So we were shooting so fast, just like we'd basically shoot and we'd reset and then we'd shoot again, because the sun was just getting closer and closer every time, until finally we waited to film the close-ups until the end. And so literally when we filmed the close-ups, the sun was like out of the circle, and we just one by one like stood over here and did our close-up shots, and like had the dance, like I had the dancers just kind of like running around in circles as much as they could in the background, you know, and each of them filmed their close-ups over here as well. We just found a shady spot, which is kind of funny and ironic. Anyways, that was so at the very beginning of the day, we were already like a little stressed and, you know, just racing the sun. The sun is a scary thing to race. See, look, now it's touching. You can see the side of the, oh, see, it's coming into the rocks already. And this is only a few shots in. But anyways, so, okay, back to what I'm doing here today. I'll continuously probably tell you guys stories. So I haven't looked through this footage since we shot the music video. And I'm just going to kind of review it. And I'm going to try to find shots that are slow motion, mostly, I think, and probably focusing on landscape shots, you know, so really wide shots, or close-ups. I don't think I want a lot of like full body shots, because it's kind of weird when we're dancing on stage. Like I would never just throw the music video up there. That would be weird. But I think really dramatic, cinematic shots, climatic, would be really fun. And so I'm going to look for slow motion and things like that, because then let's see, I think all of this was shot in full frame rate. I'm gonna look until I find a clip where it's slow motion. So as you can see, you guys, I use Adobe Premiere. I love it. Anybody who's looking into editing, it's so fun. It's like you're making a puzzle. Like you've got all these random puzzle pieces, but you get to create the picture. Like you get to figure out the picture as you edit, rather than like a real puzzle where, you know, let's see. Oh, I think this is slow. Is this slow motion? This looks like slow motion. Yep. Oh, get it, Kaylin. Okay. Oh, Oh, this footage is so beautiful. I love it. That shot was used in the video, and I think I might use it again because there's a reason it was used. Boom. When her arm goes up, that's so dramatic. And then the rack focus to me. Woo! Cool. So what I'm going to do is, before I even add the music, also, I'm sorry, I can't let you hear the music because of copyright issues, even though it's my own music. Isn't that funny? Even though it's my own music, it will get copyright, there'll be like a copyright infringement on Twitch, and that would be bad. I'll get a strike or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, as you can see, when I edit, this is how I like to set up my windows. This is a preview window. So this is a great spot where you can click on footage. You know, I click on a clip. Oh dear, which clip was I on? I lost it. Okay, well anyways, we'll start here. You click on a clip and then you can see it up here just by double clicking it in your project window. This is where all the files are that I'm going to be drawing from. So I've imported all this footage into here. It comes into this little guy right there, and then you double click on the shots to see them in this preview window. Sorry, I think I was pointing with my hand at first, forgetting that you can't see my hand. So this is the preview window where you can preview your shots. But okay, I got to go back down to find that slow motion clip. Here it is. So you can also scrub through the footage at double speed. That's a cool shot. Her arm. And I'm just gonna take all of these shots and just put them down to my timeline to kind of get a huge array of like good takes and things I like, and then I'm gonna start to edit. And oftentimes, this is sometimes what I do for music videos. When I start to edit a music video, before I really even start to edit, I'll kind of just scrub through all the footage, and I will find moments that I love, and I will pull them down onto the timeline and start to mark things that I just love at first. And I'm like, oh, this is great, this is great, this is a great moment. And then I will start to edit once I kind of have seen what I'm working with, even though I know what I'm working with, but then I start to edit once I've like kind of picked out favorite moments. Oh, Jess, looking fierce. I am so excited to see my dancers so soon. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. So it's fun to think about this as like, oh, these are going to be on the big screen. So what's going to look great on a big screen? I'm going to delete that. I'm going to double time scrub through this. They were running so much. And especially, like I said, since it was like back-to-back takes, they were just booking it and just working so hard. Look at them. Oh, look at Addie come here. Whew. That's sick. Okay, we're gonna use that. So I'm just gonna grab all this stuff. I'm just gonna keep scrubbing through. I think they start to like do their little jumpy twirly things here soon. And also, mind you, this scene was tough because remember that rock circle? They're dancing and jumping and spinning in a like circle surrounded by rocks. Okay. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about. The sun is creeping in over here. So we started to just film on half of the circle. And then as it continued, by the end of it, we were literally standing over here filming, like that's where I filmed my close-up. So this is a great shot. That's sick. Cool. Love that. See, I like that better than the one I got before. So I'm going to put it on top of it because here's the timeline. So I guess I'm not doing a very good job explaining. I guess I wasn't seeing this really as a tutorial, but I'll just explain a little bit as I go through because I'm more talking about the process that I go through rather than the technicalities of how I do it, but I'll explain a bit. So yeah, Finder or preview window right here, and you pull it down to the timeline like so, you know. Bloop, bloop, bloop. You pull it down, drag and drop. And as you can see, there's like 2 layers here. So whatever is on top, you know, whichever one is higher up is the one you will see. This one's still below it because that way it's still in the timeline. If I want to use it, it's underneath and I can see it. But my priority shots I always put on top because that's what you see. Okay, let's keep scrubbing through. Whee! That's a cool shot too. It'll be fun having these on big screens because everything will just look so much more dramatic. And that's why I'm going for only slow motion, hopefully. Yeah. That's cool. Maybe. Oops. Little stumble. It's all good. Okay. So now, like I said, sorry to keep talking about this, but now I'm literally right next to the bush. Did you notice in the filming or in the edit? Probably not. I hope not. But literally we were just out of options because, yeah, we didn't want it to suddenly be like, and now they're in daylight. Oh, look how dramatic I'm trying to be. It's so funny filming. Imagine the fact that right now we were stressed and going fast. So there's no music as I was filming this and I'm trying to be so dramatic and it's just like, like, so right now I'm like, oh, there's shadows coming. Oh no. Oh no, what do we do? Oh no. You just got to get so in the mode and you got to forget that you look like a weirdo and ignore that fact. So that's a cool shot.
You always look like a weirdo to us.
So, yeah, I say as I'm wearing not glasses on my face.
Them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you differently.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you are wondering, you're not having vision problems. These are not lenses. They are just what I like to call non-glasses. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do another like turn around. Oh, scary. That's a nice one. Well done, Lindsay. I'm sold. Okay, so I'm just going to stack these because, well, no, I'll put them next to each other. Why not? Sorry, this might not be super interesting because it's kind of just a slow process, but this is what I do for hours and hours and hours. And I love it. It's so fun to me. Let's see, I'm going to do a lot of these. Oh yeah, every time I would turn, I would like reset my hair and put it in front of my shoulders so I could get this nice hair whip if I wanted. Oh no, I didn't hair whip. How embarrassing. Oh, there we go. Let's see, that's kind of cool. So like I said, I just drag them all down because then I can quickly scrub through and be like, do I like this one? Do I like that one? Or do I like this one? And also depending on the music, I can decide like how long I need it to be. Oh, see, I don't even want that first one. Also by pressing the arrow, you can go frame by frame, which helps. And then you kind of make clips longer or shorter by dragging like this, as you can see. But yeah, so okay, I'm gonna just keep going, don't worry. Enough, Lindsay, enough looking over your shoulder. But you know, as you can see, I filmed that one little moment of like looking over my shoulder like 4 or 5 times there, just back to back to back, because I was like, you know, I might want a quick one, I might want a more scared one, I might want a more like determined one, you know, like, I don't know, in the edit. And I think that's one thing that really helps me on music video sets, know how I want to perform, know how I want to direct, know how I want to, like, I have it all kind of thought out in my head, knowing what options I want, you know, depending on how it feels in the video. So I, you know, I don't know, I'm really grateful that I edit my own videos because it makes me such a better, oh, cool.
Just trying to make it easier for you to read chat. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, now I can see you. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
By the way, we gotta give a round of applause to Lindsay and Mark today.
Hello. Hello, friends.
Yes, Lindsay and Mark came and they set up this computer miraculously and were able to get my old MacBook to sync to my old PC.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to easily explain what we did.
Yeah, they were down here troubleshooting. Ooh, should we just switch these places, kind of?
Everyone just bear with us for a second.
Here, we're just gonna do some
Good.
surgery.
All good. But don't unplug anything.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm too afraid.
That's okay. Let's just do this.
Scoot back. There we go. I just want to see your
Common
chatter.
errors happening right now.
Oh gosh, these are getting dangerously
Okay, this
tight.
is good. This is good.
Okay, I
Here we
can
go.
see. Oh,
We're good.
I'm like so afraid. I'm confused, aren't you, Lindsay? So Lindsay Fishman Meet Lindsey Fishman. Did you know there's more than one person in the world named Lindsey?
But it is weird that I'm like your assistant and also named Lindsey.
Yes, now that is strange.
It perpetually makes things confusing and difficult.
Yeah, so don't worry. Many people have asked this before. I need to just remember to call you Fish, because now in the chat they're all like, hello Fish. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call you Fish. That's what everybody calls you on tour.
Yeah.
But
well, I have a lot of nicknames on tour, but Fish is the nicest one out of all of them. So
you do have a lot of nicknames. Yeah, most of them aren't very kind.
No, they're not. They're not kind.
That's how you know that the crew loves you. Okay, so yes, we've got Fish here. So anyways, big round of applause because Fish and Mark made this happen.
Thank you.
Yeah, so. Let's see. Let's see, what about here? That's cool. Maybe. Sick. Okay. So, let's see. I want to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Oh, why Fish? Because her last name is Fishman.
Yep.
Yeah. Just call each other A and E. E-Y-A-Y. That's funny.
We had 4 Lindseys on tour at one time once.
Yes. One of them was just a visitor, but like we consistently for an entire tour had 3 Lindseys.
Yep.
And then one of our crew guys, Glenn, his wife came out for a few days, and then we had 4 because her name's Lindsey too. It's like, okay. Did anyone name their daughter anything else that year?
86 and 87, year of Lindseys.
Seriously, the funny thing is my mom was trying to be unique. Like, oh. I was like, well, and also they were trying to be unique when they named my older sister Jennifer. The most popular name of 1984, which is so funny. They got it right with Brooke. Brooke is a unique name.
Except for my sister, who's also
Brooke. Yes. Yeah, Lindsey and I are both named Lindsey, but also we both have sisters named Brooke, which I remember when we met. I might have told this story multiple times, but it was so funny because we were flying to Orlando.
Back from Orlando.
Yeah, we were flying back from Orlando. We just met, like, so we were still kind of like getting to know each other, and it was ironic. We both had the same color blonde hair. We both had bangs, and we're about the same height, pretty close to the same build, and we're both named Lindsey, and so we're already like, this is so funny. And then I tell a story, and I'm like, well, because my sister Brooke, and she's like, I have a sister named Brooke, and I'm like, what? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so this is a cool shot. I think because, one, it can last a long time, and it will look really dramatic on the stage. You know what's the bummer, though, about this is this music video was full of super quick cuts, especially with the special effects. One, because it makes it less labor-intensive and less expensive if the special effects shots are quick, because then they just have little bits to edit. But I don't think I can use any of that for the show because I need long clips. Like, I can't use a clip that's like at 1 second or 0.5 seconds, you know, of like all the smoke coming over the mountain. So, you know, those shots, as amazing as they were, they won't make it in the show edit, which is fine. Okay. Again, so funny, me being so dramatic. Oh, look how fun this is. This is how they did this shot. We had to stand super still. Everybody's standing still. They get this shot, and then someone just came and took it out of my hand. Wait, okay, are they coming? Yeah, he just takes it out of my hand. We all stay, and then, you know, break, and then we just edited the 2 moments together so that it's like one seamless thing from going boop, and then it like dissolved in my hand. I don't think that should surprise anybody. That's pretty obvious, but anyways. Oh, that's sick. Okay, ladies. Okay. I love being like over the top drama. Not in life, guys. No, I'm not a drama queen. I just mean like, you know, it's sometimes fun to take your art a little too seriously. Like this girl in this center right there, she takes her art too seriously. Cracks me up. Okay, so that's good. This is a good shot. Unfortunately, I won't have the smoke in it, but still, this will look really beautiful on the big screen. I think. Yeah, it was really cool to have all this super cinematic footage now that I can use to add into the show. This was a super intense shoot day, by the way. Oh, you know what's funny is, so there was I don't know, like we filmed at Griffith Park, and there's like very specific rules when filming at Griffith Park, I guess. And it was funny because while we were getting ready to film the fight scenes and we're in the cave and we're holding like these fake swords and fake shields, the park ranger came up to us and he's like, when people are walking within sight, you have to put your weapons on the ground and step away. And we're like, there's cameras everywhere. It's obviously a shoot. Oh, see, like this shot is way better than the one I just grabbed. So I'm gonna switch that out. Cool. I'm gonna put it in place of it. Yeah, if you cover it up, it just goes away. But yeah, so I thought that was really funny whenever somebody would come. Oh, also look at, you can see Addie right here slips. This was actually quite a steep little dirt hill. I mean, like landing that went up. And so it was funny. We were always like constantly trying to be serious, but then we'd like trip and fall because the ground was really loose. So like giggles. It took a couple times, especially walking down it was really hard. We're all like, I definitely slipped at least twice. Okay, this is a cool shot. Oh yeah, but yeah, so every time a hiker would come through, like, you know, the production manager on set would yell like, you know, weapons down, and we'd all put our weapons down and step away from them. And they're like I said, there's cameras everywhere. We're in these crazy costumes.
That's a really popular trail too.
Yeah. Luckily, they kind of, I mean, I think because we had all the set stuff, a lot of people were being respectful and kind of like, you know, they would watch from afar, but a lot of people chose not to come through. But yeah, whenever anybody did, it was like, oh, see, right now, as we walk down, we're all thinking, don't slip, plant your feet, plant your feet. Like, it was really hard to walk down this. It doesn't look like it, but like, it's actually pretty steep. Where's the shot? I know I tripped somewhere, which is funny because we're trying to look all bad, eh? Because that's what we are. We're warrior women. So funny. And these girls would be cracking up and cracking me up, and we'd all just be, oh, see, these shots will be super cool for the big screen. And it's a pity because, like, sorry, there's so much footage to go through. I don't even know why I'm taking so much time to go through some of these shots over and over again, because I'm like, there's a lot. But like when I was editing, it was super hard because there was so many cool takes, and I had to make them really short to fit in the video. It literally feels like you're cutting off your own arm sometimes when you're like, oh, I love this shot, but I have to get it out because there's not room for it. Ooh, and you have to like delete it, and it makes me sad. It makes my little film heart sad. Yeah, all these like really cool close-ups that I wanted. I was like, I want to see like, because look at these cool swords and stuff. I mean, no wonder we had to put them down. Look how menacing that looks. Oh, nice. Something I was really, like, things I like to do in editing that make me, like, super, like, yeah, this makes me, like, excited. For example, this shot I used in the actual video. See, look. And I speed ramped it, so it was like, and the sword went into the sheath really fast. And I cut right as the sword went in, and I cut to, I believe it was Jess jumping, and it went like, and then slow motion. And so I was excited about that because there's only like, for dance and for things like that with like motion, it's really fun for music videos to put it on a beat, like especially when there's like a or something. And sometimes there's only so many of those in a certain section of the song, so you got to really pick and choose. Do I want to use this moment for like the sword going in, or do I want to use it for a dance move? And in this case, I shared one of those with both. So as the sword went in, it like hits that crash right as it cuts to Jess jumping. So I was all excited that I like shared one beat moment with two actions, and it worked. Anyways, I don't know if that even makes sense because I don't have the footage and I can't play the music. But if you look at the video, you can see what I'm talking about. And I think those are the kind of things that take an edit from like an okay edit, you know, or a good edit to like, ooh, you feel every moment. And it's really important for me when I'm editing. Like, I want every moment to count, as cheesy as that is. I don't ever want to just have filler stuff, especially, I mean, even things like this, to me, that should be part of the music. Like, that should be a part of the music, and the dancing, you know, all of it to me is very much like making the music become visual is how I kind of approach all my editing. Okay, so this is cool. Cool. I think she does it again better. So you can see I'm fast forwarding. Oh, there we go. Cool, that is better. Yeah, I'm excited to put this on the big screens. Ooh. Nice. Okay. Actually, that's kind of cool. At the beginning, it's like really... I was just kidding. He's finding focus. Okay. Oh, I loved this shot. This was cool. Again, this is a moment that had to be on the beat. And then he racks focus to her, but I don't think that one worked. Let's see. Let's find the good one. It's probably the last one. Oh, such a good shot. Woo. Sorry, I still get excited as if we just like captured it. I'm like, oh, so good. I love this kind of stuff because, like I said, it's like, you know, now I've worked with Stephen Millette so many times. He's the one that I directed this with. And so you have to understand that, like, we talked about that shot. Like, we planned it. We storyboarded it. So we're like, there's going to be a shot where one of the dancers, like, tosses something. The other girl catches it. And then we'll rack focus. And then to capture it and then see, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's... Cool. Looking serious, Lindsay. No evil elves are gonna mess with her. Oh, funny. I just wanted some cool rings on my hands. This is a spoon ring that I bought years ago at a fair. You know those spoons that like wrap around? Yeah. But, you know, in the video, it just looked like shiny bits of armor. Okay, great. I know that. What's this called? Okay. Gun. Okay, then Addie hands me my bow. Ready to go. Hand me my bow. Ready to go. Yeah, it's fun because I know... Oh, wait. That's a better shot. Yeah, sometimes, like, we filmed that and it just looked weird because we're like, wait, I'm supposed to be going towards the, you know, an exit of the cave. So I'm going to replace that. Also, I had to try to learn the best I could how to like do archery. As you can see, it's not perfect. My hand is not the perfect form, but I did like, you know, have a guy that knew how to do archery come out to the first shoot I did with the bow to like help me. I learned that from Shatter Me. You know, by the way, I was just looking for something on TikTok the other day, and I came across a video of a ballerina talking about like how I had disgraced ballet and how disrespectful it was to the art of ballet.
Gosh.
And it had like 100,000 views. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
who watches this? Like, who wants to watch someone bash on another person who's just trying?
I might adopt that and just be like, such a disgrace during like sound check.
Yeah, every time I play Shatter Me, just be like, oh, I hate this song. Just makes me so uncomfortable for every ballerina in the world.
Just such a disgrace.
Such a disgrace. So disrespectful. For anyone out there that felt disrespected by it, I am very sorry if you felt that way. You know, and I also like respect that, like, you know, this was her craft, and she has spent years learning the craft, and is like, you can't just step into ballet shoes and think you're a ballerina. I get that.
But you acknowledge that.
But also, I wasn't trying to be a ballerina. Like, I was, or, you know, yes, I was. I take that back. Oh yeah, this shot took some choreo, because like, if they turned too early and then we walked, anyways, simple little things. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I wasn't trying to be pro. I just was trying to learn something new and make a cool video. That's all. Anyways, but so yeah, on this shoot, I was like, I don't want all the archers out there thinking I disrespected archery and that I'm a disgrace. So,
You're a disgrace, Lindsey Stirling.
some people, you think you know a girl. Wait, what was wrong with this shot? Did we do it too early? Oh, see, Addie looked. Addie! Shot was super cool. Boop. Uh-huh. There it is. I was like, I know there's a spot where I fall. See, look, I'm like looking up at the mountain, and then I trip right here. Whoop! Almost went down. And then giggle. Yeah, see, look, that's what the ground is like. It was pretty tragic, if you will. I'm gonna look at the chat, by the way. He didn't remember laying the... I don't know what that... Do you remember laying on the hardwood floor when we were looking for a place for you? Maybe you're talking to somebody else. Good ballerina would never respect the work of another ballerina. Well, you know. Oh, and to make it worse, then there was a comment on it. Like, okay, why did I keep looking? Once I saw it, a smart moment of Lindsey Stirling would have been to click away and just say, you know what, I don't need that, you know, negativity. I don't need to focus on that. But no, what did I do? I thought, I wonder what these hundreds of comments are saying. I wonder if they're hating on me too. Or maybe they're saying nice things, you know? So anyway, silly, I looked at the comments, and sure enough, there was a lot in there. And one of the comments was, this is how I feel when I watch her play the violin. I was like, oh! Because she's like, I'm a true violinist. And
A true violinist.
it's like, well, what does that even mean to be a true violinist? I don't know.
Is there like a, you know, a class or something that teaches people how to be a true violinist?
Yes. You know, the funny thing is like, I can see where she's coming from in the fact of, like, you know, classical. You know, I don't play classical violin anymore, really. But does that mean that's the only way? No, of course not. You know, and I just want you guys to remember that when you see people hating on what you do, or when people are being unkind to you, just remember that everybody gets that. And, you know, the same way, what does it even mean to be a true violinist? You know, or then, like, what does it even mean to be cool? Like, who decides that? Who decides that what you're doing is awesome or not? Who decides like if what you're wearing is attractive or not, or if your body type is good or not? Like, says who? You know, like, remember that next time you're like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not pretty enough. Like, to who? To whose standards? Like, and who decided that that's what pretty was, or that that's what a good violinist is? Anyway, sorry, I'm ranting now.
But you're right.
But it really is the truth. It's like, yeah, says who? This is pretty. And preach, someone says. Thank you, laughing beside you. Professional community just always thinks above everyone else. You are enough. Well, you are enough. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me really sad at first. Like, I just had a moment where I was like, this made me sad. And but that's fine. I was sad for a second, and I actually like talked to one of my friends, like called me, and I was like, I'm sad right now. And I told her, and she's like, I'm gonna go find that girl and comment back. I'm like, no, then I'll just feel worse. Please don't say anything. I'm not telling you whose video it was. And if you guys happen to find it, please don't say anything. Like, it's just not worth it. And also, I'm glad that recently I read Brene Brown's book, because anytime someone is talking badly or like harping on somebody else, it usually is just because they're feeling bad in that moment. They're like, so anytime if I'm talking badly about anyone ever, it's like, I better check myself, because that means that there's something lacking in me if I'm gossiping about someone, or, and so same with anyone. So I was like, please don't say anything. Don't write anything. 'Cause she probably was just having, like, feeling, something in herself that day. There we go. That's a much better shot. Wow, I'm going to have a lot of clips to choose from. I'm excited. So again, sorry, this probably isn't as exciting as you thought, because I'm not necessarily editing it. I'm just literally finding clips. But that's the process. Honestly, editing takes so... Why did we do it again? What was wrong with the last one? Boop. This one's a little bit longer. This cave was so cool. Isn't this the cave? I think this is the cave where they filmed Batman. Yeah. Everybody calls this... Cave. Yeah, everyone calls this the Batman cave. Which is funny. Soon, I think I'll be getting to the fight choreography. That was probably one of the saddest things I had to cut a lot out of. Like, because we learned a lot, and when you put it in slow motion, it stretches out so far. Also, how cool is this? They like ran around. We had actual smoke and stuff, and so we filmed this so that we could combine it with the other shots, and we filmed the exact same shot with us in there, surrounded by smoke. Anyways, pretty cool. And how cool is it when we went location scouting? This circle was there.
What?
Yeah. Everyone's like, did you make that? I'm like, nope, it was. Oh, yeah. And then also, it's so hard to like rely solely on special effects. So like, yeah, we had real smoke, and then we added to it in post. This is a sick shot. Like, I could like use so much. I could use this whole shot if I wanted to, because that is so good. And I'm going to. So funny to watch us go from like, oh, I'm smiling, okay, happy, to like, ooh, no, I'm in character.
I think I made the legs too tight.
Oh my gosh, maybe get her a treat or something. Luna's like stuck in place. She won't move. Come on, Luna. Above you, there might be a treat, like right in that drawer. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Luna. This shot's so cool of Jess right here. Malen Visa. Oh yeah, for the shoot, we learned, like, I was like, we found some samples of like chanting and put them in the video, or put them in the song, that Malandina. So when we were learning the choreography and everything, I was like, we need to, sing along with these words, because it's supposed to be us like chanting. And so I made up words that we could say that looked like what it sounded like to me. And so things like Mal and Visa, I was like, it's like Mal and Visa. And so that's what we said. And then same with when we were in the cave dancing, I like wrote out the words and like sang it to them. I was like, it's unya, mal and visa, so that we'd all be saying the same things. Let's see. Unya va. Yeah, unya va. Mal and visa. So I'm getting a lot of the same here. It's all starting to look, oh, but this is a great shot right here. Oh, this is gonna look so good on the big screen. Woo! Addie! Oh, wow, that is a great shot. Oh, Lindsey broke character. Look at me itching my nose. Ah, Lindsey, you never break character. I'm talking to myself. Oh yeah, and we had a change happen. And so we weren't able to, I'm trying to remember how to say this. Oh, we weren't able to do the choreography we'd originally planned on doing because it was, long story. So on the spot, I was like, okay, we're just gonna say Mullen Visa and turn in, and then you're gonna draw your weapon on the next one. So it was, we literally just, I mean, it's so simple, but we just did this right before shooting. We're like, quick, let's learn some stuff. Let's see, yeah. Yeah. Where's the shot? I think this is the shot where you like sprint towards camera. We had to act like we're like, yeah! Again, when there's like a bunch of people that's like standing behind this camera, it makes you feel like you have to really like pep yourself up to be like, okay, I'm a warrior. And there's no music and people are just like staring at you. And there's a hiker off to the side just wondering what the heck is going on. Oh, okay, so this was, I want to see how I did. This was the first take of my stunt choreography. This chick was awesome that I was like fighting, and she practiced with me, and we actually learned the choreo for it. So it was kind of like a fighting dance. Love that shot though. Oh, and we had little particles that they were like throwing into the air, so it looks like ash, you know, from a battle. Then this girl comes, I use my bow, and I kick. She was so good, like at overreacting, and then I'm pretending to fire arrows at her. She's like, no, not a chance. I'm gonna do this cool round off, and then dodge. Yeah, it was really fun filming all this. Yeah, look how good she is. And then, anyways, super fun. Is Luna just not having it?
I think the arms, oh wait, there she goes. I think the arms might be a little tight. I'm making Luna a costume.
Yeah, Lindsay's trying on Luna's costume for
she's not having it.
Tour. And yeah, if arms are tight on things, she's such a stickler.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. Maybe she just needs to get used to it.
She just didn't realize.
She's like, oh, I can walk. Okay, from this, I'm going to take this moment because this is too cool. And I'm going to go all the way to this. Let's see. 25 years ago. I'm just looking at your comments. I wonder if you ever kicked him in the face dancing with your high kicks. I have not ever kicked anyone in the face, or at all. I don't think I've ever kicked anyone. So that's great. You were amazing with Owl City. Yeah, oh gosh, that was a long time ago when I did that song. It was really fun. I was such a big, you know, I haven't heard any music from him in a while, but you know, I was a really big fan. Like Firefly, that was my jam. See, let's see. Oh no, we're not going to show you the costume yet. You gotta wait till tour. What is the name of the particle engine that you use? And then Lindsay says the name of hers. Oh, that's funny. I see, you're joking. So yeah, someone was saying like, what's the name of the particle engine? Literally, I think it was someone just like had a bag and they're like putting it into the wind. That's the particle engine. It's funny, I keep trying to get my mouse to go from this computer to this computer, and then I remember that, oh no, it's a different setup. Use the part where you punch her in the gut. Love that part. Okay, thank you. You are doing meet and greet during tour? Are you doing meet? Yes, I am. Okay, take care, Chat and Lindsay. All right, bye, Dragon Master. All right. We want dates for Mexico. We don't have those yet. But I mean, gosh, we definitely will be coming back to Mexico as soon as possible because I love Mexico. Okay, let's see. Where should we go here? I think I have better shots of this later. But this is cool. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, we filmed this a lot of times. Wait, is this one better? No, the first one's better. Whoa, let's see if this is cool. Oh, that's cool. I didn't do very well that time. Yeah! Oh, also, yeah, I was fake shooting arrows. Isn't that cool? Like, I was fake shooting the arrows. I just pretend to grab them like so, and I'd pretend to put them in there and you know, and then in post, they put in real arrows because, I mean, there's no way I could, I mean, this was a prop bow. It wasn't even real.
It's a disgrace to archery. Just kidding.
Did you guys hear that? So Zane says, no, you just move really fast that we couldn't see the arrows. That's the truth. Oh, someone, I think you're asked about the meet and greets. Yeah, we won't be doing, like, I can't give hugs during meet and greet. That's just kind of the way things are now, and I'm sorry, because I love, like, I don't know. I know a while ago they were like, maybe you shouldn't give hugs just for, like, security reasons when things were crazy. And I was like, no. Like, I want to hug my fans. I want to hug people. But this time I can't say no. That's what they did for Lord of the Rings. Thank you, Alicia. Even in Lord of the Rings, after months of training in archery, they had fake bows.
That's fair.
Do you think Orlando Bloom hit bullseyes into orcs' faces every time? No.
I'd like to think that he did.
I mean, actually, maybe he did. He's Orlando Bloom. Air hugs for me at meet and greet. Yes, I'll be giving air hugs. We'll still be getting a picture. And I have a really fun, actually, I love the idea that we have for the meet and greet photo. I think it's funny how sometimes, you know, out of necessity, you end up thinking of really good ideas because we're like, well, we can't do the picture this way. And so we got creative, and I think it's going to make the pictures much more fun now. Like,
it seems really fun, actually.
Yeah, so I'm very excited about how we're doing pictures for meet and greets. I'm sending virtual hugs to all of y'all. Ooh, that's cool. Nah, I don't like this shot. No, this is not good. Not good. Let's see if we get any better. So I'm just scrubbing through. Oh, I messed up this time. Missed my choreo. The dancers also had some pretty cool oh, this was a great shot. I remember this one. Look at this. Just looks epic with the... Oh, look at that ash. It just looks so cool. Yeah, and I couldn't throw her over my shoulder until we got the pad there. So I just pretend like I was throwing her over my shoulder until... Sorry, I just realized I'm making this face. What does that mean when that sound happens?
It means that Lindsay didn't mute the right things. It means that Fish didn't mute the
right
right
things. Fish, you're good. Baked muffins today for the first time with my little girl. How fun. Jamming out to one of your CDs. Banana chocolate chip muffins sound amazing. Whatever happened to Felba? Well, Felba was just on my TikTok. I don't know how she got on. It was an old video, I admit. Nobody can look pretty handsome when fighting, LOL. Oh, Well, you haven't seen me on the next shot. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's epic. She comes in for the stab. Also, great editing tips for anyone editing: make shortcuts. Make shortcut keys on your computer. So, for example, for like forward and like for scrubbing forward or for rewinding, I use like J and L. So it's like if I want to speed up, just press L and it's like zzz. Anyways, just a thing. Or like C is my blade tool for cut. So all I did, and then V is go back to arrow. So anyways, it makes it so much faster than having to come over here and press cut, cut, arrow. You just all on the keyboard. Okay, oh, here's when I had the little gurney pad and I could throw her down. Fantastic. Yeah, we learned all the fight choreo that day. This was the guy that actually taught us right here. He was really cool. And he like choreographed fighting for me and the dancers. And while they were setting up the camera again, then we were all, oh, give her a little kick. Yeah, go, Linz. Give her a little 1-2 punch. I think I did it again. Oh, yeah, look at this. How sad. Ugh. Okay. So I think this is when we go to some of the dancers fighting. Yeah, and sadly, I barely got to use any of their fighting, just like a quick clip of like Addie and Taylor's. But look how cool this guy's makeup was. I don't know, I mean, in the video you can see it, but it's only for like a few shots. His makeup was awesome. Like, look, even on his back, the detail that they put on him. The girl that did the makeup for this was just incredible. She's a special effects makeup artist. Oh, here, we can get a better shot of his makeup. Whoa! We come to this guy's face. So, for Jess's arrow shot, you know, they just filmed her, and then the camera goes whoosh, and then we did that and cut to the guy's back where she shoots. So it's just combining the shots with a crossfade, so it looks like whoosh. You guys probably know most of these tricks, but I'm just telling you because it's kind of fun. So I didn't pick one of these. Yeah, this is good right here. Boom. Uh-oh, I'm getting into quiet mode. I'm thinking. Go Taylor! Go Taylor! Also, it's funny because, like, you know, I just love these girls so much because they're just game to, like, you know, they're not actresses. They're not stunt fighters. But when I'm like, hey, guys, you want to play, like, these warriors in my video? They're like, absolutely. Okay, do you mind learning some stunt choreography? Of course. Damn, that sounds fun, Linz. Yeah, oh, Addie. She cracks me up. Love little Addie. Little Addison. But yeah, I'm very grateful to the girls for always being so cool. Or like, you know, for like some shows once I was like, does anyone want to learn some aerial work? And Kaylin's like, I'll do it. Okay, heck yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, this part. Also, check out Kaylin. Like, she just like through her body. So cool. Okay, hold on 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a mini 2-minute break. Oh, there we go. Do we want to unmute desktop?
No, we're good.
Oh, sorry.
That's my bad. That's my bad. Fish is bad.
No, never fish is bad.
Mark just said, I'm a disgrace of a producer.
Man, if only we weren't such disgraces.
I know.
The two of us together, we've offended probably everyone in the chat between the two of us. Oh, see, here's the other shot with the arrow. So we had, like I said, we had the shot of Jess shooting the arrow. As soon as she let it go, again, it was no arrow was in the quiver. The camera, and then we already had an arrow, like, you know, in his back like this, so that the camera could just, and like he reacted to, you know. So as soon as they were like, and action, and he was movie magic. Oh, and then he falls. Oh, so good. Look at that drama. Something that I was bummed about that you couldn't really tell in the video, but when the part happens where I'm, you know, Nick's his, you know, almost defeated me, and I fall to the ground, and when I wake up, I like crawled over to what was, you know, this guy. He's laying there, and I pulled that arrow out of his back, and that's the arrow I used at the end because I was out of arrows. But it didn't really come across. But it doesn't matter. It was fine. But I was kind of like, dang it. Like, I wanted that to come across. It's funny how sometimes when you start to edit, you realize, dang it, I'm missing certain shots that I want. Like, I wish that shot had been a little wider. And it's hard because I don't, you know, I usually don't get to look at the monitor very often because I'm so busy, like, running around making sure, like, the dancers and everybody's where they're supposed to be, and I'm, you know, in all the shots, and so I'm worried about that, and I'll be like talking about what I want the shot to look like, but I don't always get to check it to see if it is actually like what I imagined. This shot was so good, by the way. Look at this. Kaylin is like so strong and just so, like, she can do anything, I swear. Like, look at that. That's so cool. Oh, she throws it up. Yes! Again, that's a moment we didn't have time to show when she like tosses it up and catches it the other way. Like, what? This looks like Wonder Woman. I'm really tooting my own horn here. That's a big statement, but still, I don't care. I'm saying it. So I'm talking about Caitlin. Oh, see, look at that catch. I think that's so cool. And then this jump. And this was when we knew we wanted her to like dissolve, to like evaporate. Maybe I'll use that shot from the real thing so I can show her dissolve away. Because I probably will use a couple shots from it for the video just so I can show some of the special effects. Oh, and then so this was the exact same shot. See, they didn't move the camera. We had it on sticks, you know, on a tripod. And so we didn't move the camera, and then they put a bunch of smoke behind it so that we could, you know, put the smoke in there behind her.
I think sticks is one of my favorite, like, terms that only people who really work on sets know, you know, like put it on sticks.
Put it on sticks. Yeah. It makes me, like, even as I said it just then, I felt kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Yeah, there's all the set terms. Scary. Is that? Oh yeah, it is in focus. All right, that's cool. Yeah, his makeup was awesome too. This guy was awesome on set. And he came the second night and helped us out on, because the night after this, like we had this full long day of shooting, and then the very next day we're on set for Between Twilight. And the guy that played the stunt dude for this, him, whoa, what is happening? Okay, some shots were shot at different aspect ratio. So anyways, I'll have to go through and just resize all these because they were shot at different aspect ratio than these ones, as you can tell. But what I'll just do is, if you double click a shot, it shows up in your preview window. And so then you go to effects, and look, all these little things you can do. You can resize it. So I'm going to put it to that. And I'm not going to worry about that little space because I'm going to cut that out later. So, and then also you can position it. So I do this actually a lot in videos because we shoot at such high resolution that I am allowed to punch in a little bit, which this is when you punch in. So if that's the full shot and you punch in, it's like to do that. I can punch in a little bit, not too far because then it'll start to get blurry, but I can punch in a little bit, and that way I can kind of change the shot a little bit where I'm like, oh, I wish that was closer, or oh, I wish that this shot and this shot matched up better, so I'll resize one to make them like fit better. Or if I just say I wanted me more to the side, you know, or more to the center, then I'd be like, you know, because I was pretty far on the side of this shot, so if I wanted it more centered, I could zoom in a little bit and scoot it over, like, you know, see? Anyways, you can go up and down. It just allows you a little more freedom to play with your shots and work on the composition after effects. So okay, then I will copy this motion because I want to make these ones fit too. I think all of these, yeah, so all of these after that are too small, so I'm going to highlight them, and then I'm just going to Control V for paste, and now all these have that same effect on them. Woohoo! Because that would be annoying to go through and do that to every single one of them. So now, like I said, if you double click on something over here, it comes up in this preview window. If you double click on this over here, it comes up in the preview window. This is coming from your bin of all your clips that you have in the project. This is coming from your timeline. So this is what basically I'm editing, is the stuff on the timeline. These are all the clips I've chosen, and these are all the clips I have to choose from. Okay, let's see. This guy is scary. That's a good shot. Quiet on the set!
That's my phone.
Is it okay?
It's fine.
Okay.
It's so broken in.
I know, I don't even worry now when I drop my phone. So I'm like, I mean, if you break at this point, you know, I've fully earned it.
Yeah.
It's like if you get a ticket after you've like deserved it 10 times, you know, you're like, I deserved it. It's time. Like if, you know, like if I've had a parking ticket, I mean, of course you're never that, I'm always upset, but you know, because every once in a while, have you had that moment where you're like, oh, I didn't refill my meter. And you're like, I'm sure I have a ticket. And then you get back and there's not a ticket. And you're like, oh my gosh.
Sooner or later you deserve it.
But yeah, it's like you've earned it by the time you get the ticket. The ticket gods have karma'd you. Let's see. She didn't look as mean as I hoped she'd look. I remember when her expression. I was actually running and changing while they filmed some of this stuff. And I remember thinking like, oh, I wish I'd have been there so I could give them some notes. Like I would have been like, look meaner, look angry. But no one told her that. So she's just kind of hanging out. But yeah, she looks a little mean there. That last part, she looks a little... I'm scared. I don't know about you guys. Okay, got that. Oh, hi, Pepper. Oh, and here we go. Here's Nyx. Some of you guys might know Candy Johnson. She's an incredible makeup artist. She has a really big YouTube channel and huge social media platforms on every one of the platforms. And she's also just like the nicest person. We've been friends for years. And I thought to myself, like, one, Candy has such a, she has a cool look to her. Like, look at that bone structure. And like, she's just gorgeous. And I was like, she would make a great NYX. But also I was like, she can help me design the makeup for NYX, you know? So I sent her a bunch of pictures and ideas, and then she created this look, which was so fun. And she just killed it in this cool feather dress. Like, look at that. She just looks like pure evil. Yeah, I love Candy Johnson. Gotta find the... Okay. Maybe I like this one better. Oh, that last part's really good. There's some crazy shots later of her that I'm gonna draw from. As I like watch that clip of her walking forward, all I can hear is like all I can hear. Unyava. Oh, this was funny. Look how dramatic they are. We were giggling offset. Like, look at them. They couldn't stay serious because it's so dramatic. Like, oh, she's shot. And like, look at, good job, Taylor. And like, look at Jess. She's so concerned. They just start giggling. Like, Taylor's already smiling. That's actually such a cute clip. I should send that to them for the social medias.
They would love that.
They would, yeah. They're like, look, I found you two little giggle. They call them the Giggle Squad on tour. Oh, we filmed this a couple times. Oh, Jess needs help. Jess, they can't do it. Let's see, how's this one? Oh, this is cool. Actually, I think they have a better one. Yeah. There we go. Look at, got the wind at the right angle. Oh, it's such a good shot. Great. Oh, sad. Taylor, you're breaking my heart. Yeah, at the end, there's only 2 dancers left. Just me, and well, just Jess and Addie. Speaking of, oh my gosh, Addie was so bruised from this. Bless her heart. This shot where she's crawling on the ground, she was literally like dragging herself on these like basically gravel. And I felt so bad because afterwards she's like, the next day she was like, my legs are so bruised. She sent me a picture and I'm like, what's that from? She's like, when I was crawling on the ground. You better use that shot. I only used, like I made sure to put it in, but there's only room for like, you know, 1.5 seconds of it. I felt really bad because she like crawls for a while here and she's like, but hey, I'm gonna use it in the show. But yeah, I was like, Addie, if it hurt that bad, you shouldn't have done it that much. Anything for the shot, right? Oh gosh.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. And then I think she even keeps going here. Oh, you're breaking my heart, Addie. Yeah, all this footage though is gonna look great. That's the thing. I was like, this will make great show like stage footage because there's so much like slow motion actions, and there's so much detail close up. So it's gonna look really cool. Oh, this guy's scary. Yeah. Oh, this is scary. Oh my gosh, when I showed my nieces this one, or no, I wasn't there anymore, but Brooke showed them. She said that they were a little scared.
Aww.
You know, especially Evelyn. She's very sensitive. And she was like, scary. She's so cute. She'll like hide behind the couch and like peek over the edge. So cute.
It's kind of scary.
It is a little scary. Yeah, I was like, job well done. Also, again, we didn't rely just on special effects. We had like strobe lights to like, you know, make it look like she was shooting, you know, real lightning.
Yeah, there was a lot of practical stuff in this one.
A lot. Yeah, that was one thing, because it's a little scary to rely on only digital. Like, if it's always best if you can do it as much as you can practically and then just let the digital effects help it. So we tried to do a lot practical. Okay. Ooh. But yeah, as you can see that we were lighting her with like these little asteras, like someone's holding it right below her face to give her that glow on her hands. Pretty sick. This is good. Cool. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. I was so excited for this video to come out. That's why I released it on my birthday. Because I was so excited. I saved it for then. Let's see here. Any other good ones? Yeah, it's like the more good clips you can draw, like if you have, the more choices you have when you go to edit, the better it is. This shot's cool. Ooh, that's sick. That feather dress was awesome too. I forget the designer we borrowed it from, sadly. No cred. So we meet again, she says. All right, I'm gonna see the chat a little bit. See, Nick's not gonna be, so Nyx will no longer be in the story? Wait, why? Yeah, Nyx is in the story. Why do you think she's no longer in the story? I'm curious. It's cheaper match than it is to do. It's cheaper to light a match than it is to do CG. It also just looks better. Like, for example, in like all the videos where I'm ever dealing with light, like for First Light, when I'm dancing and that little ball of light is flying around me, and same with Between Twilight, when I'm following that little fairy through the forest and Derek is following it, we actually had a light bowl on a stick because it wouldn't look right if we just put a glowing ball around us flying, because the light moves to different parts of your face, you know, when it's flying around, and it would look weird if that light wasn't changing. Like, even if you didn't know what was wrong, you would know that doesn't look right. And so that's why we had a real like light bulb on a stick. We just had to make sure that the arm of the stick didn't cross between us and the camera like this. It had to like be around us, and it could go behind us and over us and come right here, as long as it didn't. Anyways, kind of fun. When is Comic 5 coming out? I was working on it this morning. I'm getting close to being done with the script. We're now on our, I think, our 4th run through of the script. Like, that's the thing about writing, I've realized. I mean, it's much like writing a song, but it's like we wrote the whole Artemis story. We were super happy with it. And then as we worked on the art and revisited it, we'd go through the script again and we'd revise it and realize, oh, this needs to change. Oh, this isn't good enough, or this isn't strong enough now, or this doesn't match that part, you know, so we'd revise it. And anyways, this is our, I think, 4th time actually going through issue 5 and revising it and just changing things, making it tighter, making sure everything makes sense. So anyways, I just feel like saying thanks for showing us the process. Oh, thank you, Zane. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So yeah, so issue 5 is coming out pretty soon actually, because the art I think is all done, and now we're just like tightening up the last bits of the script. So that'll be coming soon. Thank you. Someone says they love my hair. Where did you get all the weapons? Guess how cool this is. This is one of the things I love about being in LA. There's like, I actually went down to a rental house, and they have warehouses full of stuff. You can find everything from weapons to costumes to bicycles to vintage banjos. Like, literally anything you want, you just like tell them and they'll be like, oh yeah, we have a bunch of arrows over here, or, you know, yeah, we have a bunch of tiaras over there. And so you get to just walk through and like pick stuff, and then you pay per item and you rent it. Getting the issues can be a real, getting the giggles on set can be real issues. Yes. How many issues will there be? Oh, there will be 6 issues of the comic book. So issue 4 is out. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6 are both, get this, they're both going to be done by the time I go on tour. That's a lot. So by July 3rd, all 6 issues will be out. So in your answer, I guess, to when will issue 5 be out? Well, really soon, because issue 6 will be out by June 3rd. Oh, Zane says, I think issue 4 is being shipped tomorrow. Last I checked my email. Oh my gosh, when you guys get the issues, if you get them, please like tag me and post it on Instagram. Like, I love seeing what you think of it. So tell me what you think. What is your favorite craft out of everything? Ooh, it's really hard to say. I think one of the things that I like, just really enjoy actually a lot, is editing, weirdly enough. I get to just go in my zone, and it's like, for me, it's the fact, like, it wouldn't be fun for me to edit something I wasn't a part of, but for me, the editing of my own videos or of show footage, it's like I'm seeing it as just a piece of like a big project. So I love that this stemmed from a song that I wrote, which then stemmed from an idea, which then stemmed into rehearsals for music videos and costuming, and then I get to see it all. So I love editing so much because I get to see the entire process being put into practice. All right, next. I hear Luna outside. Fish is running to find her. She's probably found a squirrel or something because I hear her right. Wow, okay, so as you can see, just by like pulling clips out, I've already got 12 minutes worth of footage. So you can imagine how hard it is to edit an entire music video that's going to fit into, you know, this song I think is 4 minutes, and that's a long song. So to fit all of this into 4 minutes, when this doesn't even have any of the performance footage or any of the actually choreographed dancing hardly at all, and I'm not even done going through it, and I've already got 12 minutes of just the good clips, let alone like the stuff that I didn't pull in. So editing a music video like this, it's this dense, it was really hard to pick the best moments and be like, what tells the story the best? Like, oh, I remember. It's funny as I go through, you know, like seeing this moment right here, you're like, oh, that's a shot, especially when she tilts her head. Oh, that's a great shot. You just know that's your moment. So that's, I like that when I'm editing, you just see a moment, you're like, there it is. I have to resize all these, but we'll worry about that later. Let's see if there's any more in this. Oh, that's great too. Dang, she looks so good. Candy, you should do your makeup blue more often. So evil, so evil. That's gonna look amazing on stage. Okay, I think we're good here. Oh, this is when she's dodging my, oh, how funny. Look, I remember when we were filming this, we're like, whoa! Because I'm supposed to be shooting arrows at her and she's deflecting them. And she like did that, and a practical effect of the camera catching the light of the Astera light. Look at that. It made it look like she literally grabbed it and threw it. So we didn't have to add very much like CGI to that shot. Okay, this is when she evaporates when I hit her by my arrow. Okay, we're about to see me crawl on the ground. We're almost through all the footage. This was fun. Oh yeah, for this shot, look, we put the arrow, they made a little glowing arrow, and they put it on this little spinning thing, and they attached it to the bottom of the camera so that it looked like it, you know, flew through the air spinning and hit her. That was not my idea. That was a clever idea of the prop guy. All right. Oh yeah, so look, I would, for this shot where I'm pulling the arrow back, you know, for that part where I'm like holding it, and then I'd have to set the arrow down so they could CGI replace it when I like shoot the arrow. So see what I was talking about before? There's the guy with the arrow in him, but we didn't capture it in a wide enough shot to like show me crawling towards him later. I was like, dang it. Not loving the way any of this is looking. This is kind of cool. I've been hit. I've been shot. Oh, never mind. I get up. See, look at me trying to direct from the floor after I've been shot. Don't even know what I'm saying. Someone move over there. Move that light. I'm in the dark. There we go. Much better. Much better. Oh, I'm too weak to stand. Oh, I'm passing out. Oh my gosh. Blood. Not blood. Now I'm coming to. It was, you know, like I said, I have these storyboarded. I knew when I came up with this idea that it was going to start with this moment right here. You know, it really, like I said, it really helps me film stuff and direct it on set because I knew I wanted to start with like waking up and being groggy. In my mind right now, the music is, ah, ah. That's what I'm hearing. And I see Nyx and I'm like, no. Also, see here, you can kind of see the body. I crawl over to it, but it just was, actually you can see it kind of well. I don't know, in video I felt like I wanted to see it better. I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna notice that I pulled it out of a evil elf's carcass. Oh yeah, and to make the glowing arrow one, check it out, we had this arrow that had light on it again, so that then it'd be easier to magnify that light. Again, I just, watching it back when there's no music and when there's no production, you know, added to it, it's just so hilarious watching how serious I am as I'm like pretending to like use all my strength to pull this bow back. Wow, I really held that for a long time. And shoot. And then I run away. Run. Oh yeah, and look, they just had off camera to make that all of this. It's literally a flashlight that's shining into the lens and out of the lens, as you can see here in a second. Look at that, just to make it look like lightning. They had a strobe, I think, on the other side, but we didn't have two, so that's why we... Okay, I'm going to use this shot of me pulling the arrow back, just a second of it. We don't need the whole, like, dramatic 20 seconds I gave them. Okay. Lots of running here. This was also hard because it's at night. The camera guy is holding, like, those cameras are pretty big. This one was a big camera. And so he has it on a, you know, a steady track, but there's lots of rocks and it's dark. And so he's like running after me. And sometimes he's running backwards when I'm running towards the camera. And so I did a lot of this, like barely moving forward, and you're just like jumping up and down really big and like... So it's like I am moving forward, but I'm definitely just more like jumping up and down, and the camera's shaking to make it look dramatic. Anyway, it's kind of funny. Because like out of that whole run, we got one moment right here that was in focus and that, you know, was lit enough because there was a lot of factors. Woo, sorry. Look at everybody, flash warning. Oh, here we go. Then Jess comes and joins me. Oh, this was funny, us picking up Addie. The first time we tried, I remember like, how do you pick someone up? Like, we're like, what do we, this feels so weird. We're just giggling. Trying to get away. Trying to get away. Okay, we do it again. Oh, see, I think the camera guy fell right here. Yep. Oh, yep. Because he's running backwards again. That's always so scary when that happens. By the way, this guy, actually, I think he won. Yeah, it's Niels.
Oh, he's amazing.
He is so good.
So
Niels
good.
has filmed, he filmed Artemis, he filmed First Light. He filmed Between Twilight. Yeah, I've worked with him so many times. Even back in the day, he filmed some of Beyond the Veil.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is a great shot. This is the one. Yeah, that was before I'd start. So like when I started working with him and Steven, I was like, oh, I've met you before, you know. But he's great. He actually won an award, I believe, a German film award for cinematography on, oh wait, no, I don't think it was this video. I think it was Artemis, which I was pretty stoked about. Some German music video award. Where's the shot where we pick up Addison? Is that the only one I had? Oh gosh, should have grabbed it when I was there. Now I can't find it. No. Okay, I think it's this one. Okay. All right, the cave. If any of you saw my behind the scenes video of this was so stressful. The whole reason that I wanted this location and like we went through the trouble to shoot at Griffith Park was because this scene. I wanted this cave. I wanted to film the dancing in the cave and I wanted it to look like this. I wanted there to be fire. And then by the time we got in there, like all day long, I kept checking in and I was like, we have time for the cave, right? Like we're not too far behind. And they're like, yeah, well, I guess they mismanaged time a little bit and there was a misunderstanding. And they're like, oh, by the time we got set up in there, they said 20 minutes to film all of the dancing. And there was like 3 sections of dance choreography that we were filming in the cave. And I was like, what? 20 minutes? Like, that's not even possible. And they were like, well, okay, we can get you 25, but like literally that's it. And so we were just filming back to back. Luckily, Niels did such a good job filming it. Like, look how smooth this is. Because usually in dance footage, it takes the cinematographer a while to figure out the dance so that they know when they can move in and when they can pull back and like, you know what I mean, who they should focus on. And also they have to follow us and keep up like this, you know. But he did such an amazing job. So we only got to film each dance section. Like, I think we got maybe 2 wides and 2 close-ups. And then we had to move on. And we cut one of the dance sections. We decided just not to do it. And it was fine, you know, the music video was fine even without it. So here's one of our close-ups and he was just kind of shifting around between different dancers because usually I'll be like, all right, I want you to film these dancers on this one, I want you to film me on this one and those dancers on the next one. But he just had to like float and try to find people and he did such, like, I can't even say. Oh, this part was fun. This took forever to learn this choreography, by the way. It was so tricky. Unya malan visa ole unya va. Unya va.
Better remember how to do it.
I know. I'm like, will one of the dancers like take my violin and set it down? I don't know. I'm wondering what would be cooler if the screen was in sync with us.
Ooh.
Or if we're doing it and then the screen is like slow motion. Maybe I'll do both.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Moments of both.
Do a little hybrid.
Because it looks so cool in slow motion. Like, I was actually sad that, like, stuff is just beautiful when it's in slow-mo, but you only have so much time in a music video. So anyways, this take was cool. See, I'll come back and find clips from that when I'm doing it with the music. And then I'm really glad I did this. I had each girl do a solo, and they just would, like, run in for, like, 30 seconds each and do these awesome epic solos. So I'm going to find moments of their solos that I can steal. That's cool. Ooh. Maybe just that first moment. Remember, there's one. Ooh, that's cool. So again, just still, you guys were on spot on Under Pressure. You guys were spot on Under Pressure. Sometimes pressure helps. Sometimes it does. Yeah. Your cosplaying is amazing. Your musical skills amazing. Oh, thank you so much. And now I know you edit your own music videos. Oh, yeah, I do. And I love it. I really do love it. Green Ferret. Yes. Welcome. Thanks for coming. The chanting was awesome. Yeah, that was fun. There'll be do more shredding. Oh, I'll see you dead. Yeah, I did a fun video on TikTok yesterday where I took the new Olivia Rodrigo song, Good For You. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna actually Fish sent me a video in the morning. I had like a whole bunch of things I was supposed to do yesterday morning. Like I made a to-do list before going to bed. And I woke up and I'd gotten a text from Fish and she sent me, she's like, you should like do a cool shredding solo over this. And I was like, cancel my to-do list, like in my head. And I immediately went and like wrote and recorded super fast because I was like, okay, I have 2 hours before I had to actually have a comic book writing session. So I was like, I've got 2 hours. So I like quickly wrote, learned, recorded the part, quickly got ready, like, and then like found an outfit that felt rockish and then like set up my light and like filmed it really quick. And then anyways, I was pretty proud of myself for doing it.
I sent you that text at 7:30 in the morning and you sent me a text back with the completed thing at 9:15. That's less than 2 hours.
There you go. I was on, again, under pressure. I only had so much time. So would you ever collaborate with Olivia Rodrigo? I mean, she's kind of like the hottest thing in the music business right now. So if she... I mean, heck yeah, I'd love to. I'm always down to collaborate with like cool, talented people. I love it. So I'm always down. Yeah, super fun. Ooh, someone says, hopefully Lindsey makes a video for Dark Side or Masquerade. Just saying, I've got some things in the works. Actually, I'm pretty excited about a new wig I just ordered. I'm not going to show you guys, but I'm stoked about it. For one of those videos. Okay, let me keep going through this footage. Remember, this part was super cool. This move, she goes, wash. That's in the actual video. Definitely using that clip. That's a great one. Let's see. Ooh, that's cool. So anyone who just joined, welcome. I am just kind of going through showing people my editing. Right now I'm working on this is footage from my Till the Light Goes Out music video, and I am going to take sections of it and I'm going to edit it for the live show to put on the big video screen. And so right now what I'm doing is just going through and finding moments that I like, because that's honestly how I usually start editing music videos, especially ones with story. I go through and I just find the moments that I love. I put them all on a timeline and then I start to piece it together after I've kind of done this. Like I just make this big blah, because like there's hours of footage in here, and even by just picking the best moments I'm already up to almost 15 minutes. Man, Jess's solo was crazy cool. She killed this. I should just give her this footage. I don't know if she'd ever do anything with it, but ooh, that's a cool move. Okay. Oh. Ooh, that'd be cool. So like, I like doing things like this too. So look, for example, Jess dips all the way out of the frame. It was a really nice shot and then she's gone. So I am definitely going to take this shot, and what would be really cool, like I like thinking like this, this is what makes editing fun for me, is as I'm piecing things together and picking shots, I'm like making a mental note right now that I want to find another shot of another dancer where she leaves frame so that I can blend the two together, because the background's ambiguous enough, like it's just kind of, you know, there's a little bit of light right here, but if you blended two similar shots together and like just say Taylor's out of the shot and then comes in, it would look like, you know, Jess dips out and then Taylor comes in. It'd be what you call like a match shot, and just a really creative transition. So I am going to do that. Here we go. Okay, here comes Kaylin. Cool. See, this is cool stuff. This is just good texture. Also, sometimes it is fun to put stuff in reverse, like, because especially when it comes to fabric, you know, because like it moves in a different way. So like I did that a lot in, I did it sometimes in the Artemis music video, and it looks like almost magical because like the fabric is moving in a weird way. And especially if you add speed ramping to it, it just makes it super fun. I do that a lot. Speed ramping. I can even show you guys what speed ramping is, if in case you don't know. So basically, I would double click on this little icon right here, so it comes up to my preview window. You go to effects and just say I want this to be fast motion until she spins, and then I want it to be like slow motion right there. So I'm gonna make a keyframe on speed. See, this is like your effects window. It turns from the preview window into, click the effects. And so it's already in slow motion, so I can't take it any slower. So it's at the, because this was filmed at, I think 60 frames per second. So it's at 100%. So in order to make it full speed, I'm going to just drag this little, see this little thing up here? I'm going to just drag it up to 200 because that should make it real speed, like, you know. So let's see how that looks. So she's going slow motion, and then whew. And actually, I think it'd probably be better if I did it opposite. So now I'm going to take this. I'm like, oh, no, I want to make it opposite. So I'm going to make the front part fast, and then she's going to go slow when the fabric starts to like really fly around. So let's see how that looks. So she's going full speed. Here we go. And then she spins and whoo. Actually, see, it would be much cooler to start it there so that we catch this. That would be a much better place to speed ramp it. So I'm going to move this up to make it full speed. And you can speed ramp like way fast. You can make it go. So then, woo. And if you can see her better, and then we can go fast speed again, you know. So I love doing that with clips. I mean, this isn't the best clip to use it for, but one of my favorite things to do is be like going full speed, slow motion, and then back to full speed right before you cut, because it just allows this like extra motion that goes into the cut, and sometimes works really well. So, oh well, she went out of frame, so that's not a good moment. Anyways, just kind of fun. I love playing with speed ramping. I do it in most of my music videos. And like I said, putting things in reverse speed is always really fun. Ooh, that'll be pretty for them. Again, I'm choosing slightly different shots for this than I would for like a music video, because I just want it to really focus on like close-ups and slow motion. Ooh, like that. That's great. Right there. Right. Let's see. Let's cut in right here. How pretty. Go, Kaylin. Oh, she almost leaves frame. Like that would have been cool, you know, the idea I was talking about earlier. That's fine. I'm sure that I can find another shot where someone leaves frame. Oh, this was a great moment. I used this in the video. Boom. Let's see. Are you going to do a video of Love Goes On with Amy Lee? I sure hope so. We are actually, you know, trying to find times that work for both of us. Like we live in different states, and it's, you know, just makes everything complicated. And but gosh, I mean, I will someday. I have to. I cannot have a song with Amy Lee and not have a music video for it. When you film music videos, do you all take into consideration videos for tour, filming those at the same time? Usually not. Because honestly, usually I don't put music video footage on the video walls, because a lot of times it just kind of won't work. It totally depends, but because this one is so rhythmic, and because most music videos are mostly playing, and I don't want me playing on the screen with me playing on the stage. I've done it only once, I think, and that was for, what was it for? I can't think of the name. The Alaska one. What was it? Wonder as I Wander. I did it for that one because the clips were so slow and dramatic, so it didn't feel like, oh, she's playing up there and playing on the stage. It just, to me, it doesn't work. But because this music video had so much what we call B-roll, which is when it's like extra footage that's for like story, you know, it's like not, yeah, so that's why for this video, I thought to myself, we could, and I didn't even plan on that when I was filming it. And usually I'm so focused on the music video that it's like I don't even have a chance to think about, you know, what else we could do with it. I'm just like trying to get the video done. Yes, Tay. Okay, so there's a moment where she comes. I wonder. So I don't like this part as much when she comes out of the. Maybe that could be, oh, that could be cool. So look at, this would be perfect to play with. We'll see if it works. Because like I said, this light is in a different spot. But I mean, honestly, if I was working with a special effects artist, they could easily take that and make it look exactly the same. So that's what I would do in music video scenario. But for this, I wonder if, so look, we see her slightly still. I was talking about earlier how you can change the composition of a shot. So again, I'm gonna double click. So it's in my preview window. I'm gonna go to effects. I'm gonna make this slightly bigger. So I'm just gonna make it like 5, no, a little bigger. 110, oh, not 11, 110. So that made it slightly bigger, and then I'm gonna zoom it down, see a little bit, so that she fully leaves the frame. Now I'm going to try to, let's see, okay, actually. So now I'm gonna, I don't know if this will work because they are kind of different backgrounds. But like I said, if I was using a special effects artist, like I would know that this could totally work, because the subjects have left the frame and they could totally change these backgrounds. But let's see if it could kind of work for this. Enough that it would look really cool on a wall. Like it doesn't look like a seamless, you know, it doesn't look like the same shot, but it still is a really cool transitional cut. I love doing stuff like that, where it's like, oh, and then whoa, and I would probably make that time between when she comes up, it would make it much faster because, you know, and I can even do a speed ramp for that. So like, that'd be kind of fun, so that when she comes up, it hits slow motion. So I'm gonna put a time, sorry, what? I'm gonna put a little marker right there, keyframe, and I'm gonna put this one up. I'm gonna oh, why is it doing that to me? Didn't like that. So let's see if that worked. So then she comes up fast and then hits this pretty, and also to like, this is something important to soften your, like sometimes keyframes and speed ramping can be abrupt. So it's like fast, 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 slow, you know, but you can make them more gradual like this by drawing out your, you know, making it a smoother transition. So it slowly slows down and it's not immediate. So yeah, and I would probably still make them closer together. But anyways, that's just an example of something I would do in a fun cut. Okay, going back to still finding more shots. Oh my gosh, Luna, hi. Hi. I know what she wants.
She's being so needy right
Oh,
now.
she's been really needy lately. Luna loves to come in my shirt. Oh gosh, see, that's another great shot we could have done. Like, so this is the thing, I'll always find a million different options. I take so long to edit because I will try everything. Like that's even cooler to me. So I'll put this one underneath in case I decide to go back to it, but like, let's do this again. So Jess goes down, Taylor comes up. See, that's more dramatic to me. I love that. And then I'd cut to something else because it goes out of focus. I'd cut to like, you know, like maybe I'd find a shot that matched it enough. Like that almost matches, you know. I do that a lot in editing too. I'll just find things that look close enough. Oh, see if I just move it. a little bit over. So like her arm comes down, so I gotta match it with right there. But I don't want to. Almost. Anyways, I'm not gonna take forever on this because I'm not gonna leave it. It's just fun to show you guys. You know, that could almost work. So I'm gonna just, okay. I liked this moment. It's funny, I'm like recognizing, I'm like, oh, I used this moment in the music video. That's cool. Ooh, Taylor! Taylor Queen. But yeah, this is fun because I'm like, I get to use more moments of it. Because I was saying earlier, it's so hard to, it was really hard to edit a music video like this. Because I just had like, oh, were you looking for Luna?
Yeah, where is she? Oh, never mind.
Would you like her?
It's okay. She can hang out there.
That is not my large breast. It is a dog.
It is a chihuahua.
It is. Look at Mr. Nose.
Oh my gosh, Luna.
She'll just come up to me and just like, until I like open my shirt and she crawls inside and then she's happy.
She's literally, yeah.
She's breastfeeding. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. Yeah, Luna is a marsupial. For anyone that just joined the chat, this is my dog. Not anything else. Okay, it's so cool that Luna will be on tour with you. Yes. Did you see Luna's big announcement the other day?
Oh, yes.
She's coming on tour. All right. Well, I think we're out of time for today, but I just want to say that was really fun. I might do this again now that we figured out how to do this. Let me know in the chat or in the Discord. Oh my gosh, I forgot to say any of that. Please join the Discord. Type !Discord in the chat, and then you can be a part of our Discord. Also, subscribe and follow, all that fun stuff. I love coming here to Twitch to hang out. Stay a bit more. I'm sorry I have to go today, but I'll do this. I mean, I do it twice a week, so I'll be back. Just come back with me. And yeah, next time I do this, I will actually be editing. Like I'll be doing what you just saw me do, like that one little moment. Like I'll, instead of just looking through clips, I'll actually be like piecing it together. And that's the fun part. This is just the discovery.
It's just so ridiculous.
My dog is so strange. And the funny thing is she's under there probably with her tongue out like this.
There's like a wet spot where her nose is.
Thanks a lot, Luna.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, on that note, yeah, let me know in the Discord if you like this and if you want to see another editing stream. Just go in the general. Please let me know because I want to know what you guys like and what you don't like. So, yeah, please let me know in the Discord. Okay. See ya.